Greetings for the day. Welcome to another session of cybersecurity. My name is Mohammad Rahmat Ali, and I hope you all are enjoying the club activities, club materials, and all the things that is been posted in the group, as well as the things that you have been involved in. And also, I guess like you have submitted your previous assignments with reference to first and second session. You will be judged or you will be given grades based on your assignment that you have submitted. Now, moving forward, in the previous session, we studied about the denial of services and spam emails. In today's session, we are going to learn about what is malware and the different type of things that which comes under this, and the type of hackers, and what is the actual responsibility of hackers, and how hackers are good, and how hacker can provide other services. And also, I'll give you some of the YouTube uh, links or some of the documentaries which are being specifically made for this particular purpose of hackers and cyber security. I request everyone to watch those videos. I'll provide those links uh, in the coming session, the last part of the session. Now, moving towards what actually is a malware. A malware is something like what you call as a virus or a worm, or it's malicious software such as virus, worms, and trojans. What actually this is something like a small uh, injected extraordinary file which corrupts your system, or a file or some of the application which manipulates or which alters some of the information with reference to your system. For instance, take an example of new folder software or new folder virus. What actually is this new folder virus? Whenever you create a folder, a duplicate will be created automatically without acknowledging you. That is what you call as new folder virus. In the same way, you have worms, you have trojans. If at all, if you plug in any of your pen drive to any of the cyber cafe, and again you come back and plug into your laptop, you will be getting some errors like Trojan horse detected, Trojan detected, or worms detected at so and so file. So what you need to do, you will do either you will scan those files and rectify it, or you will remove those files from your system so that your system can be protected or your system can be secure from any of the external attacks that is being done. Like, see, those attacks can be anything. Like, for instance, I'll tell you, there are some of the programs which will control your control panel. Like, when you click on control panel, you will not be able to open the control panel. It means some of the virus has occupied the access to that control panel, so you cannot open that control panel. Or in any of the case, there can be some other thing like you cannot open a particular folder or a particular file. You will be getting some unreadable codes. What actually this is something called as virus, worms, and trojans. Now what it further says, it's specifically designed to disrupt or damage computer system or mobile device, or mobile device, in the sense it has been particularly been created to damage your system. Damage is in the sense, the damage can be physical, the damage can be digital. How it will be digital or how can it electronic? That particular file will be compromised. For instance, I'll tell you, like, see, there is a file for me, and some cyber security people are managing that file. If at all if I see that file, if at all if I read that file, that is also a cyber crime. In the sense, if at all if you are not been given the access to view that file, you cannot view that file. For an instance, I'll tell you a small example. Let me consider the username and password which is been stored on bank server. There is a file, or let us consider, sorry, let us consider there is an Excel file in which there is written name, last name, username, password, and alternative questions. If at all if I see this data, if at all if I see this data, I can log in into your account without knowing you. It means viewing of the file is also not allowed. In another case, like, see, I have my password and I'm writing the password, but it is not taking the password. Actually, the password is 12345, but the hacker has changed the password. The hacker has changed the password at the server side or at the bank side, and it has given the password as 45321, something like this. So now you are not able to access that, what do you call as, the account. So what you will do, you will go to the bank, you will change the password. Whenever you change the password, that will be notified to the person who has manipulated it. So it can be anything, it can be anything. So malwares are which specially designed files to, what do you call as, to disrupt or damage your computer or any of the mobile device. Now what is the second point, which says hacker use malware for any number of reasons, such as extracting personal information or passwords, stealing money, or preventing owners from accessing their devices. Like I have told you, like what are the different things that can happen. Now what actually is a virus? Viruses are programs that attach themselves to a computer or a file, then circulate themselves to other files and to other computers on a network. They usually affect the data on a computer and mobile device either by altering or deleting it. For instance, let me consider you go to a cyber cafe in which you have plugged in your pen drive and you are working on that particular file. You are either like you are editing or you are deleting that file and creating another file. But when you go back home, you see that file is been existing on your pen drive and there is no new file that has been created, but you have created the file on your pen drive. Now what is this? This is due to virus, because the virus was there on the cyber cafe system, which has occupied the data which you have plugged in through your pen drive. This is what happens with reference to viruses. Like see, virus, as all of you know, like it spreads. When it comes to one person, it spreads. Like now it's COVID-19 case. If you can see, when one person is been affected with that virus, other people are who are in contact with them directly or indirectly is getting affected through that. That is what we call as a virus. Now, what is the next one? Next one is worms. What is worms? Worms, unlike viruses, do not need the host to attach themselves. They merely make functional copies of themselves and do this repeatedly till they eat up all the available space on the computer's memory. Now, what is this? See, at some instance your system will not have many of the files, but it will show you like the hard disk is full or the memory is full or delete some data or RAM is not available, something it will show you. That is all due to worms. That is all due to worms. What worm does? It multiplies themselves. It multiplies themselves with reference to existence. Now it is there, it will multiply themselves, like it will double up until the memory is been full. Now what is the use of this? Like why the cyber security people use this, or the hackers, or what do you call as the professionals use this to breach the system? Why? Because to for making that system not to respond to others, making that system so busy so that it will not respond to other systems or it will not respond to the request that you have given. It will be indulged in such an activity which involves executing their own processes. If at all, if the new process is being given to it, it will not execute. It will not execute. That is what we call as worms. Now, what is the next one? Trojan. What is meant by Trojan? Trojan is a type of malware that pretends to be something useful, helpful, or fun while actually causing harm or stealing data. Now, what actually this is? See, this actually comes with a gaming type of a things, with films, or with any of the file that is been downloaded from internet from unsecured websites. If at all, if you observe, when you upload a file to a Gmail, it will tell you this file is secure. This file is secure. How it knows? It scans that particular file to see whether there is any of the virus, worms, or Trojan in that. If at all is any Trojan horses in that. Now, what further it says, Trojans are oftenly silent, downloading other malware, examples spyware, adware, ransomware, or on an infected device as well. Now, what actually this is? See, if at all, if you remember, like when you were in class 6 or 7, you read something with reference to Trojan horse or Trojan war. In that, there was a horse which was been made and which was been taken inside to the castle, into which there were some of the sepoys or there were some of the soldiers sitting inside that horse. After they came into the castle, they started, war. They started the war so that those people were not ready for that particular war. But it again, it started at that instance. That is what you call as a Trojan. That is what you call as Trojan. Trojan will come silently onto your system without you knowing it. Then it starts taking the access, it starts taking the resources, it takes the available memory to it, and it starts utilizing it to download more of the things, and to make your system slow, or to make the system not working properly, or the system is getting restarted again and again, or the system is getting hanged, or the system is not working properly. It can be anything. That is all due to Trojan. That is all due to Trojan. Now, coming towards the next point, Trojan can infect you in places where you might not expect, such as emails, downloads, and more. It's always better to be safe than sorry when it comes to avoiding these type of malwares. See, whenever you are downloading anything, see to it that you download it from a secure website, and you download it from a trusted website. And after you download it, don't open it. First scan it with your antivirus, then open it. This is the best practice to make your system healthy and to make your system run for a long time. This is the best practice. Now, coming towards what actually is a spyware. By the word you can understand, spyware is a type of malware that hacks user to spy on you in order to gain access to your personal information, banking details, or online activity. We should protect ourselves by anti-spyware tools. See, for every of the things, there is something in the market. For virus, there is antivirus. For spyware, there is anti-spyware. For any of the things, there is everything available in the market. But you should see what actually you need. What actually you need. For instance, in my mobile, there is something called as your marks. For an instance, I'm telling you, I have your final marks in my mobile phone. Now it's my responsibility to see that this mobile phone goes only to safe hands. Nobody should see the data. Nobody should open my mobile phone. It can be anything. So that is what we call as spyware and all the things. Now moving further, that adware is the type of malware that bombards you with endless ads and pop-up windows that could potentially be dangerous for your device. The best way to remove adware is to use adware removal tools. Like you have ad block, different type of things by which you can protect your system online. Protect your system online. Now the next one is the ransomware. Now what actually this ransomware is? Ransomware is something like, it is something by hijacking some of the particular information of other person and telling that owner to pay some ransom to leave that particular person or thing. Like it is similar to kidnapping. Like in real world you hear the word called as kidnap. In the same way, for the computer it is ransomware. What you will do is, like, you will occupy all of the resources, all of the system in your hand, and you will tell the owner to pay some ransom to it, to pay some ransom, and then you will release that resources to that particular person. If at all the person refuses to pay it, what the people will do, they will misuse the data. For instance, there are some of the bank details on your computer or bank details on mobile phone. That bank details will made, might be made public, so that people can use that particular information. People can use that particular, it can be anything. Like for instance, your gallery is been trapped. So what the person is saying, like, that gallery might consist of some of the personal photographs which you don't want to share it with anyone, and that hacker wants you to pay some a big amount so that that particular resources can be again given back to you. So in this way, you will be blackmailed. You will be said to pay some amount. So this phenomena or this thing is called as ransomware. This is what we call as ransomware is. Now, what is the point? Ransomware is as scary as it sounds. Hacker use this technique to lock you out of your device and demand a ransom in return to access. Ransomware puts you in a sticky situation, so it's best to know how to avoid it. For a better understanding, for a better thing, I'll give you a small example. You own a house and you have kept a security guard. One fine day, you all went for a party and there was no one at the house. So, what this security guard does is like, he has locked every part of the house and he's sitting in front of the house and saying, please pay me this amount of money, else I'll not allow you to go inside, or I'll not give you the keys, or else I'll not give you the keys. So, this is what we call as ransomware. This is actually called as ransomware. Now, further, what it says, ransomware, also known as rogueware or scareware, restricts access to your computer system and demands that a ransom is paid in order for restriction to be removed. The most dangerous ransomware attacks are caused by so and so people. The money which is supposed to be paid to remove ransom are from your system, which is called ransom money. Okay, if at all, if you see in the recent times, there were ransomware attacks on different companies, on different systems, and also with reference to the local people also. They have been attacked and they have been told to pay some amount of money, and that attacks were targeted attacks. For instance, my computer is not that much active, so I was not being attacked, but some other person system was very much active, and he always does some of the banking transactions or payment transactions through that system. So his system was being attacked with reference to ransomware, and he was being told to give some money. Was given, like, they were been told to pay some money so that that system or that laptop can be removed from the restriction and you can access that particular system. This is what we call as ransomware. Now, this is a common technique that ATM skimming and point of scale crimes that you always see with reference to your videos and different online things, like with reference to ATM frauds. Now, coming towards our actual topic, what actually is hacker? From the day when we started cyber security, you always will be thinking like, what the cyber security is all about: hackers, hackers, hackers. No, cyber security is not only about hackers, it is about hackers, but not only about hackers. Now, what hackers is, hackers are those people which penetrates into some of the system for a good or a bad thing. Hackers can be a good person, hacker can be a bad person. Hacker can be both good and bad. Hackers are those person who jumps or who goes into a person's space to get some information, or the person who penetrates into, or the person who cracks into someone's personal space is called as a hacker. That is what we call as an hacker. Now, what is the definition which is said over here? In common, a hacker is a person who breaks into computer, usually by gaining access to administrative tools. A person who penetrates or breaks into a computer being an authentic person is called as an hacker. For an instance, I'll tell you, in a department there will be a CR and there will be some students, and the CR has got the right to speak to or tell the concerns of the students to the faculty or to the management or to the college. Now, someone who is not actually a CR is pretending to be a CR and want to say something. That person is called as an hacker. That person is called as an hacker. In computer terminologies, if at all someone breaks into someone's computer and access the administrative tool or gain access to the administrative tool, is called as an hacker. Is called as an hacker. Now, hackers are of different types. Hackers are of different types: black hat hacker, white hat hacker, and gray hat hackers. And apart from there are red hat hackers, gray, green, blue. There are different types of hackers which hack the system, but majorly there have been three types of hackers. The first one is black hat, which is a bad guy. White hat hackers, which is a good guy. Grey hat hackers is in between both of them, also good, also bad. Now, what actually is a black hat hacker? Black hat hackers are those people who, without permission, gets into some system and access all of this information. These are, you can say that these are the people who you can consider as thieves. You can consider as thieves. White hat hackers are the people who we can consider as police. We can consider as police. Now, what is the responsibility of white hat hackers? If at all some of the system which is actually been hacked, to remove that hack access, you will be using white hat hackers. Gray people are, they dwell from white to black, black to white. They does both of the things. They does both of the things. And remember one thing: to be an hacker, to be a white hat hacker, you need to get certified from the government. You need to get certification from the government. Why? Because if at all if you are not satisfied, and if at all you compromise some of the security, then you will be considered as a cyber criminal. You will be considered as a cyber criminal. Though you might be doing it for a better cause, but still you will be considered as a cyber criminal. So getting good to bad, there is a thin line which you need to see, which you need to maintain. So these are types of hackers: hackers, white hat hackers, and grey hat hackers. Now, how to prevent hacking? See, frankly speaking, it is highly impossible. It is highly impossible to say that I was never been hacked, my system was never been hacked, or I can never been hacked. So it is highly impossible to make your system unhackable. There might be some of the loopholes. There might be some of the loopholes. As it goes, like, nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect. So there might be a chance that at any of the instance, that particular system might be vulnerable. So at that instant, I can get attacked, or I may attack. So how to prevent an hacking? It may be impossible to prevent computer hacking. However, effective security controls, including strong passwords and use of firewall, can help. Now, see, password in the sense it is not actually password, it should be paraphrases. The word strong password is been written to denote you to write paraphrases. Now, what do you mean paraphrases? Like, for an instance, I'll tell you, you create an email ID and the password will be something like this: Ali123, or John456, or something like, uh, password underscore 12345, or password underscore password. So these passwords are very weak passwords. How the password should be? The password should be random. Every of, like, every letter should be capital. How it should be? Like, my name is Ali Ahmed Ali. In every of the word, the first letter should be capital. This is what we call as paraphrase. It's not password, this is paraphrase. In the latest in the latest security measures, it has been said to write paraphrases instead of or what you call as passwords. Instead of passwords, you should use paraphrases or passphrases. Instead of passwords, you can use passphrases or paraphrases, so that nobody can hack or nobody can trace your password. Nobody can trace your password. Like, for instance, I'll tell you a small example. Don't try it by yourself. See, I have an Facebook account. You also have an Facebook account. Okay. I have my own password. You have your own password. Now, when you create, like, when you create your account, you will be writing some of the security questions. So, like, which is your favorite place? Which is your best friend? What is your favorite hero? What was your first car name? Or XYZ type of a thing. What do you think? Like, is these security questions enough to protect your account? For a new person, it is very Okay, but for the cyber security person, this is the lowest level of security. Why? Because I know my friend's favorite food, I know my friend's favorite car, I know my friend's favorite celebrity, so I can hack into a system. I can penetrate into his account. I can penetrate into his account. So these are the security levels. These are different security levels that you need to know how things will work. Now, however, effective security control, including strong passwords and use of firewall, can help. So this is for our thing, like we are using paraphrases and all those things. Okay. Now moving forward, password cracking. What actually is password cracking? I'll tell you, there is nothing like passwords, and also there is nothing like paraphrases with reference to computers. Why? Because computer doesn't understand any of the thing which reference to passwords or paraphrases. It understands only two things: 0 or 1, 1 or 0. It means I just need to have a proper combination of zeros and ones to get into a system. I need to have a proper combination of zeros and ones to crack into your system or crack into your account, so that I can access your particular information. So what is password cracking? Password attacks are attacks by hackers that are able to determine passwords or find passwords to different protected electronic areas and social network sites. Now what actually this is? See, for you it is PASSWORD, but not for the computer. Computer knows only 0101011101100001. For us convenience, for our convenience, we are making it as PASSWORD. Or for our convenience, we are writing the password as Ali underscore Ali underscore Ali. It is for my convenience. It is for my convenience. But what computer understand? Computer understand only two things: 1 or 0. What I need? I need proper combination of zeros and ones to crack into the system, to crack into the password, or to trace the password, or to bypass the password to log into someone's account. So I hope you understood something from today's session. If at all, if you have any doubt, you can ask in the group, or you can ping me at rahmat underscore alitu at the yahoo.com, or you can ask me in personal any of the question that you have. The assignment for you for today's session is, what are the things that you have understood in today's session? Make a note and write what are the different security breaks that you have encountered through, and how it was being rectified. Your assignment is this: to write about a particular attack and how it was to be rectified, how it was being rectified. I hope you understood something in today's session, and also you are enjoying the club activities. See you in the next session. Until then, take care. Bye bye.